Hello, football fans, and welcome to Week 5 of Inside the Eagles Nest. And Franklin County able to come away with another close game. This time they're able to come away with the victory 33-30 over the Magna Vista Warriors. And Justin, 2 straight weeks, 2 straight exciting football games for the Franklin County Eagles.
I mean, it's exciting in the fact that it came down to the wire. You know, Magna Vista was rushing down trying to get to the score at the end of it. It's not exciting about how Franklin County played, though. So I'll let you dive into that one.
Well, really, we thought coming into this season that the defensive side of the football was going to be dominant for Franklin County. And through 4 games this season, other than the game against William Fleming, the defense hasn't been as dominant as I would have thought. Tackling is one of the main issues that we've seen this season.
It is. It's a lot of arm tackles. It's like watching UVA try to tackle Georgia Tech out there. It's just not happening.
And you take arm tackles work a little bit better with teams that run a power formation, run out of the eye. You can hit them, slow them down, your next guy can take them out. But when you're playing these teams that run this spread offense with these mobile dual-threat quarterbacks, usually you're the only guy who's going to have a chance to make the tackle, at least within the first 10 yards.
Yeah, I mean, they're hitting the corner right there, the cornerbacks. I mean, they're diving after them. They're giving it their best effort. They're just not wrapping up and getting them down to the ground. Franklin County just doesn't have the speed with the linebacker core and the defensive linemen to counteract that spread offense where when they hit the corner, I mean, they have our secondary, then they're gone. So, I mean, it's unfortunate, really.
That's right, but we've also saw the defensive line and the linebacker unit, for their credit, is they're doing a good job plugging those holes. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, forcing them to the outside. And like we said, Franklin County is just going to have to start tackling a little bit better. But, you know, that can't take away anything from the game. Franklin County able to come away with a 33-30 victory. You know, we have to talk a little bit about Callan Jamison, the quarterback for the Magna Vista Warriors. You know, we started thinking Harvey Taylor who partial through that game. He did a really good job at quarterback.
I mean, he was almost like a Harvey Taylor clone out there, and he gave me nightmares of last year's game, especially at the end when he was driving the offense back down to score. Thank goodness they couldn't get off another play because, I mean, he could have went for 6 easy, and that would have been game over for the Eagles.
He was 13 of 18 passing for 127 yards. Magna Vista Warriors offense put up 452 yards of total offense, including 325 on the ground. So Franklin County really a bend but don't break style of attitude. But that's enough about the Magna Vista Warriors. You know, if we go over to Franklin County, they ran 51 plays on offense and had the ball for 24 minutes. Actually, even time of possession for once.
That is impressive because, you know, just me thinking back out in the game, not looking at stats or anything, it seemed like Magna Vista killed us in time of possession. Every time that I was watching the game, Magna Vista had the ball, and they were driving down to score. At least that's what it felt like.
That's right. As far as rushing the ball, Chance Tyree had 13 carries, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns, including a 64-yard big run. Quarterback Christian Witcher, 12 carries, 57 yards. No TDs. Longest was a 25-yarder. Jalen Gill, 13 carries, 48 yards, and a touchdown. E.J. Harris, 12 carries, 46 yards. And 24 of those on 1 carry. Then a newcomer, Carlton Adams, in for Devin Clements. He had 1 carry, -3 yards, but he had a huge 94-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Franklin County's first score of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was big. You know, Franklin County went into the game, especially as his fans. We thought, you know, this isn't a Magna Vista team of pass. Magna Vista went straight down the field. They scored a touchdown, and you're like, oh no, for Franklin County. They kicked the ball back off, and boom, fireworks, 94-yard touchdown return. Definitely kept the Eagles' psyche in the game.
Franklin County, a predominantly rushing team. They put the ball in the air 2 times by Christian Witcher. 1 completion, 36-yard, beautiful pass to E.J. Harris.
Yeah, if E.J. Harris could have kept his feet, it looked like he got tangled up on his own feet right there. It would have been an easy 6 points. He had the defenders beat by 5 yards at least. I love the pattern. It's worked for the past 3 years for the Eagles, and nobody's caught up with it yet.
So Jalen Gill, E.J. Harris, and each had 1 touchdown on the ground. Tyree, 2 on the ground. Carlton Adams with the kickoff return for a touchdown. As far as punting goes, Jonathan Saunders continuing to punt beautifully. Had 2 kicks, 66 yards total, so that's a 33-yard average. Still averaging over 35 yards a punt. But Franklin County defensively, they forced 2 fumbles and were able to gain them both, no interceptions. But the Franklin County offense really putting up enough points. I just think the defense is really going to have to start stepping up.
I mean, it's early in the season. Normally it's opposite. Defense is carrying the offense at the beginning of the year. Then offense finally picks back up and it goes through there. Thank goodness both teams, or we're getting both sides of the ball acclimated accordingly. And it was nice to see Chance Tyree back in action Friday night. He was definitely a boost for the Eagles offense.
He's averaging just under 100 yards a game on the ground. He was out for the one game, so it's good to have him back. Franklin County only needs 26 yards in the next game on the ground to top the 1,000-yard mark, and that would be just halfway through the season. So Franklin County, any other thoughts from the Magna Vista game?
We just need to shake the rust off and get ready for Bassett this Friday night.
That's right, and we'll talk about the Bassett Bengals after the break, another spread offensive team with a very explosive quarterback, but we're going to talk about that after the break. And welcome back to the second part of this Inside the Eagles Nest episode here in Week 5. Just got done talking about the Franklin County 33-30 win over the Magna Vista Warriors, and we're going to head to another Piedmont District opponent, this time on the road. We're going to be traveling south to take on the Bassett Bengals and their explosive, at least last week, spread offense, Justin.
Yeah, I mean, they put it to Christiansburg last week. Really didn't put it to them. They ended up losing the game, didn't they? But they put up a lot of yards on, I mean, what we saw last year was a very good Christiansburg team. So, can't wait.
I think to say that they put up a lot of yards against Christiansburg is a little bit of an overstatement.
I was trying to lead you in on that one.
That's right. Mackenzie Lawson, the quarterback for this Bassett Bengals team, he's really fast, very mobile, can throw the football. So I look at my notes here. Last week against the Christiansburg Blue Demons, he rushed for 239 yards on 23 carries. He was 9 of 7 passing for 165 yards. And the rest of the team only had 20 yards of offense. But that did come up in a loss, but it was a very close game to Christiansburg. Bassett deciding to go for a 2-point conversion with just over a minute to go. Just not able to pull it out, so they come away with the loss. So that moved Bassett to 1-3 on the season. They were able to beat Carroll County in the first game. They've lost 3 consecutive to Patrick Henry, Jefferson Forest, and Christiansburg. But Franklin County could have their hands full with this spread offense this week that Bassett's going to bring.
I mean, Franklin County has demonstrated in the past that we're going to have trouble with the spread offense anyway. I mean, we talked about it in the William Fleming game. We talked about it in the Woodbridge game, the Salem game, and really the Magna Vista game last week. Once they hit that corner, Franklin County has a hard time catching up with them. And, I mean, with McKenzie back there as fast as he is, it's going to be another long night full of Eagle fans biting their nails trying to make sure we close that gap on the ends.
Included in the backfield for the Bassett Bengals, you have running back Chris Martin, running back Daniel Martin, and fullback Deshaun Valentine. We saw a lot of him last year. He was splitting time with Mackenzie Lawson early in the season. Coach Jay Gilbert for the Bassett Bengals kind of said that, he was going to give Deshaun Valentine most of the snaps from shotgun to pass it until Mackenzie Lawson was able to get comfortable passing the football. And I think, needless to say, that he's been able to do that. And one of his favorite targets on the outside is wide receiver Tay Ross. So, like we said, just a spread offense. They're going to spread the football around. They run the ball more out of the spread, but they also, when you pass the ball 17 times a game in high school, I think you could consider that having a dual threat offense.
I mean, it's great to have a balanced offense. That way Franklin County can't stack the box and force McKenzie to run every single time. We stack the box. I mean, he hits a guy over the middle and he's gone. It's nice to see. I mean, Georgia Tech opened up against UVA. UVA stacked the box. They were going to stop that run. Threw a huge touchdown pass, first play of the game last week. I mean, that just goes to show you that you can't put all your apples in a barrel and hope that there's not another barrel.
That's right. And as we move over to the defense, we kind of bridge that with the anchor of the offensive line, Roger Woody, also the anchor of the defensive line. And really, head coach Jay Gilbert said that his front seven is going to look to force teams to throw the football. So if that comes to fruition, Franklin County is going to have to look to throw the football. But really, I think Coach Jones, he's going to stick to that ground and pound attitude, and he's going to try to wear down the front seven of the Bassett Bengals.
I mean, that's what Coach Jones should do. We're a triple option team. Everybody knows we're a triple option, and every team's going to try to stop the triple option. I mean, we shouldn't just let somebody stack 7 in a box. That's the glory of the misdirection offense and the wing tee offense. We just got to get the trickeration down and let them bite. We can break off our big runs.
Just like against Magna Vista, Bassett will be running out of the 3-4 defense. What that is, they run 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers. Like we said, Roger Woody, really the anchor of that. He's plays defensive end. On the other side, you're going to have Jeremy Younger and the nose guard, Desmond Harrison. You're going to have a plethora of linebackers led by Eddie Bowman, Patrick Moran, Chris Martin, and Ryan Akers. So that's your front seven. Then you have a very athletic defensive back core with Trey and Tay Ross, Lamar Witcher, and then Deshaun Valentine. We talked about him. He also plays fullback. He's going to be playing the safety. So really a very quick and fast offense and defense for the Bassett Bengals. And that's what they live and die by, is their team speed.
I mean, that's what high school football is evolving to. Franklin County, we still have the big guys, the big uglies on the line, try to pound it out. So we just got to get caught up with that speed.
And as far as the special teams go, Zach Atwood, I don't know if you remember him from last season, but had a huge leg for him. He was able to punt the ball and flip the field. He's gone, and now Lucas Draper has come in. He's going to be doing all the kicking, all the punting duties for this Bassett Bengals team. But really, what is your key to the game for Franklin County?
Franklin County is going to have to play Franklin County football. I say it every week. We're going to have to play mistake-free Franklin County football, and we need to get the offense working. Offense hasn't worked as well as Coach Jones would like it to work the past couple of weeks. So we just need to go through, stick to our plan, maybe get Christian Witcher some time throwing the ball, because district play is just around the corner, and we really need to get that going.
What about for the Bassett Bengals?
I mean, Bassett Bengals is going to have to make Franklin County make mistakes. They're going to have to make us pass the ball by stacking the box inside, because Franklin County has shown we can't win by passing. So if they can force us to pass and they can get down early, then it might be a long night for the Eagles. In your opinion, Kevin, what does Franklin County have to do to win?
I think Franklin County is going to have to do exactly what they did in the second half against Magna Vista. They're going to have to take Chance Tyree, who has played a lot of linebacker in the second half, and they're going to have him spy Mackenzie Lawson. They didn't spy Callan Jamison in the first half against Magna Vista, and he was able to run wild. But when they put a spy in, especially Chance Tyree in the second half, Tyree was able to use his speed, and he literally shut down Callan Jamison in the second half. So I think that's going to be the key, is using somebody or maybe two guys, whatever it takes, to slow down Mackenzie Lawson and make somebody else on that Bassett Bengal offense beat you.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, the speed. You put Chance Tyree in there at middle line, or at linebacker, he amplifies that speed, and he could hit too. I mean, I don't remember who it was last week, but he hit a Magna Vista player and put him in the ground, and the ball was free. It was a nasty hit. What does Bassett have to do to beat Franklin County?
Well, I think Bassett's going to have to counteract what Franklin County's doing. They're going to have to find somebody else, and I think it's going to be Deshaun Valentine, who can really help out Mackenzie Lawson. You know, Deshaun Valentine, a strong physical back. He's going to be able to complement the speed of Mackenzie Lawson. And I think that they're going to have to use Deshaun Valentine in some way, and they're going to have to get him more touches on the football to nonetheless wear down Franklin County, but just give that little bit of a wrinkle. I don't think that a one-dimensional Bassett team is going to be able to run with Franklin County like they were against a little bit underpowered, a little bit down year at Christiansburg that they did last week.
We'll see what happens Friday night.
Well, anything else?
No, I'm good.
All righty. Well, we hope everybody's able to make the short trip, not a very long trip, down to Bassett High School.
Beautiful stadium.
Great stadium, easy to get in and out of. You know, the Franklin County, the visitor side is the first side you're going to come to, so that makes it a little bit easier. But we hope to see a lot of Franklin County fans down there, and we hope to see some of the Bassett fans if they're watching. But as always, FC Insider on Twitter, Justin Hall 04 for the game updates. Might be giving out a few more game updates this week. We'll have to see. But if you have any questions or comments, just let us know. If you like what we're doing, also let us know that you're out there. And if Justin has nothing else, it's going to wrap up our 5th episode, and we hope to see everybody at Bassett High School.